last year, the Austrian Darts Open. Michael van Gerwen, a 6-3 winner over Mervyn King on that occasion. That's after King had beaten the likes of Chizzy, Cullen, beaten as van Gerwen misses again as he looks for a maximum. Van Gerwen did win a couple of the European Tour events last year. Not only the Austrian Darts Open, but the tournament in Dusseldorf where he beat Simon Whitlock in the final. And again, on that occasion, he was just unstoppable on the final day. He saved his best. So far today, he has thrown 3 ton-plus averages in wins over Kevin Painter, Wes Newton and Brendan Dolan.
Well, he's set up here, double 16 for a 13 dart leg, so that's going to start, even if it's the 15th, well, it's the 14th dart, so we've started off at over that 100 average. And if he keeps it up, just over the 100, he's going to be a hard person to beat. But Mervyn King, we know what he can do on the dartboard. And as I say that, first 2 darts were in, but a bit of a slip there. But I think with Mervyn, you know, with this bad back, whatever happens, he's going to be happy with the performance.
Well, look, Mervyn, I'm sure that defeat to Michael van Gerwen in the Grand Prix final will still hurt him. He'll still think back to that and think that was my chance for a major PDC title.
Well, from there he started wearing the earplugs to try and... He's a terrible bloke to play with golf with because he wears them for golf as well.
We should stop sledging him then, Rob. Mervyn did make a final on the European Tour, apart from the Austrian Open. That was the time when he took on Steve Beaton at the German Darts Open, battled a couple of veterans there. And in that one he lost 6-5. He burst his score 134. He's looking at 140 here. It's not going to happen. Michael van Gerwen will be back to see if he can show him how it's done to take out 144. And this would be for a 12-darter and a 2-0 lead. The first one is there. The second dart is there. Double 12 for Michael van Gerwen. Electric start from the Dutchman.
Absolute brilliance from the world number 1. Mervyn King, after 12 darts, wants 32. Done absolutely nothing wrong. A brilliant leg from both players, but a 144. Incredible darts, and you come to think that that's going to happen with Michael all the time. He's just loving the game at the moment. He actually had a go at me at the last European event that Phil Taylor weren't there. He said, I want Phil Taylor here because while I'm playing well, I want to play Phil Taylor. It's exactly what he said to me. And that's a sign of a man that's enjoying the game and wants to get better.
Yeah, well, he's had a 6-2 win, a 6-3 win and a 6-4 win today. I actually had a brief chat with him after his win in the semi-final against Brendan Dolan. And he said, Brendan Dolan, in my opinion, is the most underrated player on the PDC circuit. But he still managed to get the job done. Can he get the job done against Mervyn King? He puts in a 140 and he is neck and neck with Michael van Gerwen here. He's already taken out a 144. He is looking at a 121 here. It's going to be a shot at the bullseye. Didn't get that close, really.
Well, the same shot for Mervyn King. He's going... Well, I don't understand that, Merv. You need... Has he hit that treble 13? What's the double 16? You know, no one can ever convince me that that's the way to go on 121. Absolutely no way. But 7 for double 16 for a 3-0 lead, and that's exactly what it is. Another 14 dart leg. Averages at the moment 115 for van Gerwen and 110 for Mervyn King. So an average game of darts on the final day here in Holland as Mervyn King now steps up his average with a maximum.
Yeah, that'll help the averages. Mervyn King, he's going to have to do something really special here. I said in the semi-final when Michael van Gerwen, you could see it. You could see his body language. He was getting really into it. He was bouncing around the stage, producing his best stuff. It took a 12-darter from Brendan Dolan to just try and stop himself being steamrolled by Mighty Mike. In the end, he still went down 6-4. As van Gerwen sticks in another maximum. Second one of the match. First for Van Gerwen. His 14th of the tournament. But Mervyn, he's going to have to pull out maybe a 12-dart leg if he's going to stop Michael Van Gerwen just blasting past him. I mentioned to Mike in the semi-final, we saw that at the Players' Championships. He came from behind against Adrian Lewis and Phil Taylor. Just put the afterburners on and they didn't have an answer. Is Mervyn King going to have an answer here? Well, he's going to give himself a shot at double 16. He's so reliable on it, and that is exactly why one dart in his hand manages to take it out.
It was with the throw, though. He's got to break Michael on 2 occasions, which is going to be a tough task, the way Van Gerwen is playing. But this man, Mervyn King, certainly got the firepower on the treble 20 and any other treble to pull it out of the bag. And there we have the averages. Mervyn King now is leading those averages. Well, he was. He certainly isn't now. That'll take up Michael to just under the 115 average. Just to remind you that the record, I think it was 117 point something average from Phil Taylor. No, our media officer Dave Allen, who will be listening and watching, will text me very shortly to tell me, won't you, David?
Mervyn King here needs to fill this up just to keep pace with Michael Van Gerwen, and it looks like he might do it. He has! 180 for Mervyn King, his second, and he is actually on a finish. Michael Van Gerwen is not. What is he going to leave himself here? Now, these are world-class averages we've seen so far, world-class darts. If Mervyn King took out 164 here, well, it won't happen. That would have been an incredible effort. So, another potential 13-dart leg here, and Michael Van Gerwen is motoring. A 13-dart leg to add to a 12-darter and 2 14-darters. This is world-class stuff from the Dutchman, and it's what the fans here in Veldhoven wanted to see.
Yes, and I think when we flash the stats up, I think we'll show how close a game it actually is, although it's actually 4-1 to Michael Van Gerwen. I think there's not a lot going to be in the stats. The overall average, the first 9.
Yeah, well, it's that 12-darter that he did. Look at that. It's that 12-darter that he did in the second leg to break the King throw.
And the thing is, Dan, that the averages, Mervyn King at just under the 110, it suggests that every time Michael's gone out,
he's right there waiting.
Yeah, he's either on the double or on a 2-darter every single time.
Yeah.
So it takes 2 players to make a great final, and certainly at the moment, both of these players are giving us something to watch.
That is an absolute wounder for Mervyn King. Deflection out of, well, it looked like it may have been heading for the treble 20. And it denied him a shot if it was going to be a 60 there.
Well, just to update you on the world record, it's 118.66. Well done. I knew he wouldn't take long to get it through to me. It was Phil Taylor against Kevin Painter in the UK Open of 2010. Thank you, our media officer.
So 74 for Mervyn King to get his second leg on the board. Double top he wants. Oh, a little bit of it perhaps caught the flight there. But Michael Van Gerwen isn't there ready to pounce. This is perhaps the... Tell a lie, he is. And he's going to get a shot at it as well. And it's double top.
He hasn't missed a lot in this match, so we'll let him off for missing something. And Mervyn King doesn't. Steps up straight in double 10 first dart.
So he's still fighting Mervyn King, but look at that. 3 darts on a pinhead from the world number 1. Third 180 of the match. Oh yeah, strutting around Michael Van Gerwen. This is what he's about. And Mervyn King, he's not backing down. He replies. His third 180 of the game. And they've both kicked off 180. Oh, look at this! Oh, my word, Michael van Gerwen. Grimacing, he wanted to be on the 9 darter. He wanted to give this capacity crowd something to really shout about. Mervyn King's not going to be on the 9s. Fantastic stuff from these two. This is the highest quality game both of them have played this weekend. The highest quality performances we have seen from anybody this weekend, and it's in the final. A showpiece for the Dutch Darts Masters. A new name on the trophy, remember. Simon Whitlock and Kim Huybrechts, the previous winners, they were knocked out. It's going to be Mervyn King.
And he's not letting up, is he? I mean, Michael has thrown everything by the kitchen sink at Mervyn, but Mervyn's plugging away, but double top for 5-2, and he's missed it, so he's let Mervyn in. And what a chance to get one of those breaks back. Looking at the treble 19, wants to see it go in that green bit. Now the 12. Oh, that leaves double 13. Double 13. Oh, I thought it was
my
in.
Word.
I actually thought it was in. The shatter looked like the dart was in the double 13.
Oh, it's bent the wire, Michael van Gerwen. And that one's missed. 3 darts in his hand for double top. And he's missed them all. And Mervyn King is back for that double 13. The one he was so close previously. Some people might have claimed it. He can claim that one. And Mervyn King gets the break. Or a break, I should say.
On a 13 dart leg. Every leg at the moment. Under 15, I believe. It is a high standard match.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And although that is a break for Mervyn King, he is going to need another one. First things first, he's got to hold his throw here. He can't afford to be broken by Michael van Gerwen. But this is scintillatingly top-class darts from these two. Both classy operators. Look at that. Very high on that first dart, but brilliant adjustment from Mervyn King. 140 followed by 140. That is incredible stuff. And Michael van Gerwen just behind him. Straight in again, Rod.
He is. He's going to set this up. Absolutely perfect. Well, that's 3 on the trot for Mervyn. So he wants that 81 again. He had a dart at double 13 to clean it up last time. Same route, but he doesn't have to go for the 12 with his second dart if he doesn't hit the treble. And he's at the 7, that's 74, the treble 14, now big 20, leaves him double top. He's just levelled it up, so he's going to get 3 clear darts at the double, but Van Gerwen's going to put some pressure on.
Well, he fancied it there, but you would have thought that treble 18 would be the shot really to leave double 16, but it may be academic because Mervyn King's looking at double top, and the way these two are playing, it's no surprise he's taking it out first dart. We're 4 apiece.
The reason he did that, Dan, he tried to hit the 180 to rev the crowd up. You know, you get the crowd nice and noisy when Mervyn steps up to have a throw at the double. I like that side of things. You know, I've mentioned it before, and you know, he's thinking about the game. You know, trying to get the crowd a bit noisy to upset your opponent, and a bit edgy. It ain't just throwing them.
Very astute point there, Rod. Look at this from Michael van Gerwen. There's a ton 80. He knows if he holds his throw, he wins this match. 2 more legs he needs, as does Mervyn, but Mervyn needs a break in there.
Both up around the 110 average. Game of the highest class from both players. It really is a joy to watch, Dan.
Absolutely incredible. Barreling along this game. Highest quality we have seen, and look, it's happening again. Double 16 to go within 1 leg. Double 8. It's there, and Michael van Gerwen goes within a leg of the title.
And another 12 dart leg. That's the 3rd leg on the trot that Mervyn King, after 9 darts, wants just over 80. And he's only won 2 of them. And that was a 12 dart leg, as I said, from Mighty Mike, and virtually impossible to lose a leg if you're throwing first.
Mervyn King has hobbled through today with 6-5 wins against Dave Chisnell and Ian White, all with a bad back. And he has staggered into the final with Michael van Gerwen. And he's averaging 111. Unbelievable warrior-like qualities from the King. And yet such is Van Gerwen's brilliance, he still trailed 5-4. And that was a weak visit from Michael Van Gerwen. Mervyn King, well, just as they'd been geeing each other up and making each other play brilliant darts, they have a bad visit and the other one follows it. It's like they don't want to be separated. They want to be neck and neck all the way through this one.
Well, there we have the averages. Absolutely unbelievable. You can't really split them. I know there's a few, well, a couple of decimal points in it. I'm just going to get 6 darts from here to be the Dutch Darts Masters champion. He's going to get guaranteed 1 dart at double 16 or double top when he returns. Merv needs to hit the big shot. Can't have a visit without a treble. It doesn't really put the pressure on. He's going for the 25, hit the bullseye. Outside chance for King.
But Michael Van Gerwen is looking at double 8 for the match, moving across the hockey. And there it is! Michael Van Gerwen is the Dutch Darts Master. A 6-4 win against Mervyn King in a final of the highest quality in front of 1,100 screaming Dutch fans here in Veldhoven. It's his hometown tournament and he has delivered on the final day. Incredible wins, Painter, Newton, Dolan, none of them could stand in his way. Mervyn King threw everything he had at him despite a bad back. But Michael Van Gerwen has blown him out of the water, a 6-4 victory. This man can do pretty much anything he wants. We're going to hear from our new champion in just a moment's time. Look at that, only 1 leg in the whole match above 15 darts, and that only took 16. The highest quality final you could hope for. Here is your new Dutch Darts Master, Michael Van Gerwen.
En namens de PDC is dat meneer Rod Harrington. En de eerste beker die we gaan uitreiken is de beker voor de verliezend finalist.
The photos here with Rod Harrington, who has left the commentary box to go and do his business on stage. If you have enjoyed this, of course, subscribe to the PDC YouTube channel. We are streaming all the European Tour events, and there's loads of other stuff, behind the scenes footage and interviews from the major tournaments. But our next one is going to be over Easter weekend. It's in Berlin, the German Darts Masters, the 19th, the 20th and the 21st of April. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You can go to it at pdc.tv or pdc-europe.tv.
Michael Van
And you could see this man in action, in the flesh. We'll hear from him in a moment, but I've been Dan Dawson. My co-commentators Mike Lawrence and Rod Harrington have been guiding you through this one for the Dutch Darts Masters. I'll leave you with the closing pictures of your new Dutch Darts Masters champion. The brilliance, the incredible world #1, reigning world champion, a new Dutch Darts Master, Michael Van Gerwen.
We gaan natuurlijk de beide finalisten nog even wat vragen stellen. Mervyn, if you would go to my left as well. First to the champion, if I may. Michael, winnaar van de Dutch Darts Masters. Je hebt de beker in je hand. Hoe voelt het? Dat is de meest afgezaagde vraag van allemaal.
Ja, dat voelt heel goed. Ik heb natuurlijk heel veel toernooien in Nederland gespeeld, ook voor de PDC. Maar dit is de eerste die ik win. En ja, dat geeft natuurlijk wel heel veel zelfvertrouwen voor me. Maar dat niet alleen. Was een echte finale. We moesten alle twee tot een naadje en we worden alle twee echt supergoed. Ja, dat moest ik om dit toernooi te winnen. En Danny alleen. Ik hoop dat ik nog meer in dit jaar voor zalen net als dit kan spelen. Hier het publiek is gewoon geweldig. En Danny alleen. Dat ik dan ook nog mag winnen, dat is natuurlijk gewoon super. Ik wil echt iedereen bedanken die hier is komen kijken. En ook de toernooiorganisatie en iedereen die hier was. Bedankt.
A little word from the other finalists. Mervyn, we've seen an exceptional final. I know you've had a lot of problems with your back during the day, but you played like a trooper. What's your feeling after this final?
Give me the mic. Please, hang on. Shh. Please. Bit of quiet, please. Please. Hush. First thing I'd like to say. On my left is a world champion, a world number one, deservedly. The man is a phenomenal dart player. I give it everything I had today, and he still made me look silly. He's a fantastic guy, fantastic player. Love him to bits. Well played, Mike. I'll give it everything I had, and I love you lot to bits. Thank you.
All right. The last word is to our champion. Het laatste woord is toch voor jou, Michael. Van nu, hoe ziet je schema er de aankomende weken uit? Zien we je nog in beeld?
Ja, eerst ga ik vanavond even genieten natuurlijk, maar woensdag mag ik alweer naar Belfast voor de Premier League. Iedereen kijken bij RTL 7, hè?
Dat is het schema dus voor hem. Dames en heren, geef ze nog één keer een hartelijk applaus. De runner-up Mervyn King en de kampioen van de Dutch Darts Masters 2014, Michael van Gerwen.